We have already seen many changes in our lifetime. Almost everybody owns a smartphone, and the associated applications define how we travel, where we eat, and how we date. Digital services contribute to an increase in productivity, but not all of us enjoy the fruits of this progress and gain the full benefit from globalization and digitization. Society faces rising inequality and the digital skills gap. The labor market has been shaken by the disruptive effects of sharing economy. Because our lives have shifted into digital space, we face new threats from cybercrime in the areas of our identity, financials, and reputation. Technology that we do not understand seems like magic to us. What can we learn from the future? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, from the year 2031, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Slovak Republic, Peter Pellegrini.
Good morning, everybody. The digital single market, one of the key European policy initiatives, created an engine for prosperity. We live, work, and communicate in the fusion of the real and virtual worlds. Smart machines, as personal assistants, arrange our daily tasks and motivate us to achieve our goals. Try to imagine a personal politician who can be anywhere, anytime. A personal politician who will grant your wishes and who will arrange anything you need. You bet he will promise anything. How does that sound? Catchy, crazy, or dangerous? But it is happening now. Smart machines are replacing even us, politicians. The labor market has changed. Much of the work is automated and performed by smart machines. Don't worry. For now, your creative jobs will be secured for decades to come. However, the labor market rules must respond, the sooner the better. With smart tools and data analysis, we have improved public services and the administrative burden is reduced. Innovative entrepreneurs can now do business within the digital single market easily. The transportation is changed by shared pools of self-driving cars in smart cities. The healthcare shifted its focus towards personalized well-being management, and the schools introduced tailor-made curriculum. Thanks to the rise of online platforms, use of sensors, and Internet of Things, the entire industries were transformed. The amount of data is growing exponentially. Data are the strategic source in the digital economy. Dear ladies and gentlemen, is it reality or it is still a vision of Europe in the future? Hi, me. Thank you for your message. Wait, you're not going to ask anything? I am from the future. I know what happens in next 15 years. You have really a unique opportunity and you are not going to ask anything. Well, I don't assume you will give us the lottery numbers, right? In that case, please give us the only one, the most important piece of information we need to make the future better. All right. Well, okay. In the next 15 years, you, as humanity, will be faced with difficult obstacles. In order to overcome them, the most important thing you have to do, please pay attention, the most important thing is that you all have to... you know, we had to turn him off. It's a politician, he would continue to speak. Mr. Prime Minister, that's a great technology that we have to use during our next political campaign to be able to be at the same time at different places in our country. Dear Mr. Prime Minister, dear Mr. Commissioner, ladies and gentlemen, probably we have just heard the fascinating story
about the future where the digital single market is already reality. New technology is a source of change, and politicians like me are responsible for bringing prosperity to the citizens in the digital era. We don't know exactly where the next Google or Facebook will come from, but we know that it will not be there where people are not given equal opportunities to learn and experiment. It will not be there where innovations and investments are not supported by modern regulatory framework, and it will not be there where citizens and businesses don't benefit from public administration's services. Therefore, politicians have two essential tasks: to set the rules for the digital age and to modernize the public services by digital technologies. It is not an easy task, but we need to do it very soon. We, as European leaders, must support new and even more challenging digital innovations. The current regulation must adapt across Europe because it is too time-consuming and outdated. There are 5 main areas that the digital policy for the 21st century must focus on. The first one is education. We need a personalized approach to education with the use of ICT, from primary education to career education. Nobody can be left behind. We are responsible for creating such conditions that will allow all, regardless of the region or social background they come from, to gain the digital skills. Secondly, we need more entrepreneurship. Young businesses, especially fast-growing ones, are a prime source of new jobs. There is an opportunity for a policy to motivate businessmen to think of new ways how to use human skills and combining them with technology. We must develop policies and deliver programs that will help the European startups grow and scale in European Union. The third area is research. There are still so many problems waiting to be solved by technology, from healthy aging through climate change and clean energy to government efficiency. The government has an important role to play in supporting early-stage research. The gross domestic expenditure on R&D as a percentage of GDP reached 2% in Europe in 2014. But it is still far away from its Europe 2020 target of 3%. We must support this goal by the growth of digital economy. The fourth area is infrastructure. We need to build world-class networks with continent-wide coverage. These networks will support the Internet of Things, all connected cars, machines, sensors, and devices. These are investments in the future and the foundations for further growth. The last but not least important one is the agenda of cybersecurity and privacy. Any progress in the digital era can be hampered if we are not able to protect our ICT infrastructure and personal data from cyber attacks. We need to strengthen our strategic cooperation and exchange all information and best practices. We need to protect the privacy of our citizens while ensuring that the citizens can get the maximum value from their personal data. Dear ladies, dear gentlemen, if we want a prosperous digital Europe, we cannot wait. As the member state of the European Union, we have to start cooperating and also competing with each other for a common digital future. We need to share best practices and learn from each other in a shared digital space. We are going to push for open and innovative politics on every level of government. Slovakia is a small country with great ambitions. Given its size and human capital, Slovakia has the potential to become a test lab for testing new innovative ideas in the area of Internet of Things, healthcare, or data processing. We are going to prepare a new data law that will serve as the model legislation for another country. The goal of our public sector reform will be to transform Slovakia into a data-driven state till 2020. The automotive industry is the fastest growing industry in Slovakia, and this trend is even rising in the recent years. Therefore, it is very important for us to make the automotive industry an integral part of the digital ecosystem. This is why we will support the implementation of pilot projects in the area of self-driving cars and smart transportation. We hope that we will contribute our part to the pan-European digital dream by our choices and our actions. But never forget that people and not machines will shape our digital future. Please do not stop caring about our national traditions and our cultural heritage that allows us to better understand previous generation and the history that we come from. And please keep in mind that it is always better to drink your coffee with your realistic friends somewhere in the town than alone at home with your smartphone. Thank you for your attention.